So in this video we're going to go over how to do some basic editing on a Drupal page. Now I'm here on my example page, and I don't really like how it's all kind of going together. I've had some problem with the videos and then hosting them in YouTube and blah blah blah. So I have two separate places for my videos, and I just want to clean it up a little bit. And so the best way to do that, go up here to edit. Okay, so here's our basic editing screen. Now you'll see we have a whole bunch of options up here. Now some of these may be really familiar to you, some of them may not be. I'm going to go through them real quick just to give you an idea of what's what and where to find it. So first we have our bold, italics, and underline, which should be pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy to just select yourself some text and bold it up. Likewise with the italics and underline. Now these ones should be fairly understandable, especially if you've worked with Word or a few of the other word processing software. We also have the option of inserting and removing a bulleted list or a numbered list, and so we'll just do a quick example of that. Get those two lines. That drops some bullets in there at the beginning. You also notice it changes the spacing between the two lines, and a numbered list just gives us the 1 and 2 there. Now if you do something and you don't really like it and you want to just take it back, but you don't want to have to go through all those steps, a shortcut to this is Control Z. I'm just going to press it real quick and you'll see it goes back to bullets. One more time and we remove the bulleted list as well. And if we do it one more time, Control Z, we take off the bold on the horizontal rule. So that's a quick way to undo things that you might not have meant to do, or just to go back to a certain point in your editing. That shortcut can be used in a variety of places, so it's kind of nice that they have it here in Drupal as well. Now let's say you want these two lines to scoot just a little bit away from the left hand side. Now up here we have the increase indent. Press that once, it tabs it over again. If you've ever tried to tab while you're in here, I'll just give you a quick example. Tab takes you down to disable rich text, which is the next option for the page. Now we also have our undo and redo buttons, which is nice. It's kind of the Control Z as well. Now in a different video we went over how to use the anchors, but I'm just going to do it really quick. Node 878 is actually the node that we're on. I'm going to have it open in a new window. Insert that. Now I have a link up here, and let's say down the road I need to edit it out and the page that it's going to is no longer available. So I just go up here to unlink, press that, and the link is gone. Now the anchor button is probably somewhat foreign. The idea may not be, but this is how you can actually anchor to a certain point in the page. Now we're gonna do it real quick right here. We're gonna name it top. We'll insert that. Now down here I'm going to change this link by pressing Control K, and I'm going to type in top. Click update. Now when you click this and again down here, it will spring you back up to this anchor by examples and help. Now you should recognize this. It's the equivalent of styles in Word. gives you the option of putting these HTML tags on text that you select. So this text right here, as you can see, is heading 2. This text right here is a paragraph. Alright, so now that we've gone over the paragraph, headings, stuff like that, we're going to show you this little select background color really quick. This is kind of like what you would use to highlight. So we're going to give that one a yellow background. You can see it's highlighted there. You can also do a variety of other things. We'll go change the background color to black. And that completely blacks out. So you can kind of see how that might be helpful as you're revising a page and it's not really getting published yet, but it will later, and you want to keep things in mind. That's one way to do it. Now, a block quote is actually an HTML tag that changes the styling of the text. Now, if we put this right here into a block quote, go back down, you'll see that it's indented a little bit and brought in, but you can also individually style block quotes because it's now in an HTML tag. So we'll go to that really quick. Now, as you can see, it's put this tag right in front of the info boxes, blah blah blah, and there's an end tag of block quote. So that's one way to style things very quickly. Now, at some point you're probably going to want to get rid of some things, cut some things. We're going to go to this node and just cut it. As you can see, Drupal has the keyboard shortcuts as the basic standard, so they're not actually letting us use the cut option. But that's the same as Control X, as you can see there. Copy is Control C. This is an interesting one. This is called remove formatting. Now, if you want to see how it works, we're going to just select all of our stuff there, remove the formatting, and look at that. It takes out the indent, takes out the highlighting, and it looks like it looked when we started off here at the very beginning. Now, this right here, underneath examples and help, is called a horizontal rule. And you get one of these by this button right here. Now, let me show you how to do that really quick. I have a couple horizontal lines already in here. So let's start right here. Looks like we're still inside, oh, this will be good, we're still inside block quote. Gonna put in our horizontal rule. And I want it to be 100, but not pixels. I want it to be 100% of whatever object it's in. Right now it's in the block quote, so we'll see how far over it goes there. And the height, we're going to put it to 5, and then click Insert. Now, as you can see, the block quote starts here, but it doesn't go all the way to the end of the page. It's tabbed once in, or indented once from there. So that's how horizontal rule works. Now, toggle full screen mode, I don't really want to do that, but that's the button to do it. Now, every once in a while you're going to have layers. This image, for instance, could be in the way, and you can move them back and forward as it gets a slightly more complex operation there. Paste as plain text and paste from Word are helpful because Word has a lot of superfluous code behind it when you copy and paste it, because it assumes you're going to copy and paste it back into Word, which it needs all of that code if you're in Word, but it doesn't necessarily need it if you're working on a web editing page kind of like this. Now, find, you can also do this by Control F, but if you click that, you'll see you can find find next, there's example videos, and then it'll say once it's gotten to the end, and you can actually click up and go back the other way, and it'll tell you when you're done. Now it also has the option of find and replace, just like in Word. Now we're going to replace example with tutorial, but we don't want to replace all because there's specific types of example that are in there that we want to keep. So we're going to click find next. Oops, we're still going up. We'll go down. Find next. No, we don't want that. Yes, that one we do want to replace. And it's finished with the document, so we'll close there. Alrighty. Now over here we have find and replace, like we just went over. Edit CSS style is an option, but I really wouldn't worry about it unless you know HTML and CSS. It's particular to the style sheet that you're on that's using, kind of goes into the back end of the programming and everything, so we'll mostly leave that one alone. Now insert and editing a table works just like in Word. We're going to do one really quick right there. 2 columns, 2 rows. Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll just insert that. And now we have a table. We're going to put just some quick text. Alrighty. And we also have all of the table options now open because we're in a table. Hopefully these are self-explanatory. But down here we have our Add Media button. Now let's say that I don't like this image, so I'm just going to delete it. But I'd like to put something else up there as the header. So I go into the Add Media, I can upload a file, I can go to YouTube and put in a search. Let's say this one is in there. Oop, oh, I heard it. Oh, there we go. Hey, there's my video. Alrighty. So that one you can actually search YouTube right there and load it in that way. The web, you can use a URL. You can go to your files, and as you can see, these are all of the ones that I've uploaded from my user account own. And here's my banner. But let's go back up to the main library. Now here you can search for a file name, you can tell which type it is, you can sort by the upload date or how many uses it's had, and you can put it in ascending or descending order. Now I know for a fact, just below here is my banner. I'm going to click submit, and that's going to drop it right in with some alternate text. We'll click submit there, go back up to the top, and my banner's back. So that's how the media works within the editing platform. Now also, you can insert and edit attributes. The link it button is here. You can insert the predefined template content, and this is actually going to be replaced with the short codes. And you can separate the teaser and the body of the comment. Now, you can produce pages different ways on the Drupal CMS, and part of that delineation is teasers and bodies, so we're going to split this really quick. And you can see that right after my headline, or header right here, there's this break. So if this was published and somebody wanted to put it on like the front of their page as a exclusive story or something like that, it would show up, the teaser would just be this portion right up here across the top before the break. Now this is also important if you're having issues with things not showing up the way you intended them to. You might want to click the button and see what's showing up in the teaser and what's actually in the body, because sometimes there are issues with that. Alrighty, now link it is one of the most useful things you'll find as you're building out the pages initially, and you can get to it by right-clicking in Chrome and Firefox. You can also insert and edit a table. We're going to click link it, and we're going to click search for all about books. And hey, here it shows up. Looks like it's a book created on August 9th by me, and it was updated on the 12th. And it's in the book example videos. Well, that's the one I want, so I'm going to click it. Looks like the node is 1744. Now the attributes, I don't have anything in there, but let me show you really quick once I do that. Insert that, and it's now a link. We'll go back and select it. And we're going to go up here to insert and edit attributes. Now this falls into the realm of the more of the coding in the HTML CSS, so don't worry about it too much, but just know that it's here in case you do eventually need that. Alrighty, so it looks like we have gone over just about everything, with the exception of the short codes, which is going to be a short video itself. I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you have any other questions. My email is owen@archetype5.com. Thank you.